much, every time I make sloppy Joe, I look forward to eating it. It's one of those things that I particularly love. I'm glad that you're on the sloppy Joe train too. Also, Shayna, hello, welcome in. Nine says I have to be motivated enough to at least put on a bra. Okay, so fun aside. Earlier today, like an hour and a half ago, I was like, hey, Glenn, do you want to like walk over and grab like a chai? Because I needed to go out I need to go out to the grocery and get some cheese, and then there's a coffee shop nearby, and she was like, I don't know. She went like this, and she goes, yeah, I'll go. And you know that's the the like, am I wearing one of these? So I'm very familiar with the like, okay, am I gonna leave the house or not? Not personally familiar, but I'm familiar with the check. The like, no, I'm already comfortable. Sofa, good morning. It's asking a lot, Grace. No, I'm familiar. I'm familiar by relation. I'm familiar by proximity to this segment. Let's put some beats in the oven. Actually, let's let me figure out where I want to sit my coffee. It's sweatshirt weather. I know, right? Like, sweatshirts are great for many reasons. That's seems like a good one. That's like the folks that are like, all right, it's getting warm out, so maybe I have to like shave again and like be presentable, whatever. But like, you do you. No judgment coming from me. But some people, certainly some people will. So this isn't only wearing when I'm volunteering at this school. While not a requirement, I can understand the need to feel like, I don't know, more put together. Put together is probably not the right way to refer to that. I probably wouldn't wear, like, I wear my gym shorts out in public, my like short gym shorts, but I probably would not wear them to a school event. Yes. So like, by proxy, right? You understand, or by proxy. This is, yes. I don't have the complete picture, but like, I get most of the rationale for why things happen the way they do, right? So this is, I don't shave either. See, this is valid. I haven't shaved in like 2 days, and I feel my face, and I feel itchy completely. Mike, hello. I put on an apron and skip strictly these points. There's someone, there's another person who streams, another food and drink streamer who is male. Pretty sure. He they pronouns. Anyway, he's male. Who I have seen plenty of times. Who wears just like an apron and like nothing underneath of it, and he's like toned and like he gets away with it very nicely. But I was thinking about that like that, I don't know. When you're like, I just put on an apron, it made me think about that, how like men can get away with that on stream, and I don't think I've ever seen a woman doing that on stream. Not on a cooking stream. Not on the cooking stream in the food and drink category. Maybe in the, but I don't know. 80s tennis shorts, Grace. Yes. Basically. I trim if I get itchy. Well, so far, what happens, see with me, I know this, what happens is, if the hair when it's short is like itchy, but once it hits a certain point, you don't really feel it anymore. So like, there was a me of the past that had a beard, which we will not repeat. The statement I will repeat, but the beard I will not. We're not. It was not a good look. And like as soon as it hits the tipping point, it like you just don't feel it. It's like fluffy. The mustache I would grow. I would grow a mustache again. I feel like that would be fine. But see, the thing with the mustache is you have to grow a beard first and then shave the beard off. You can't just grow a mustache because otherwise there's like a couple weeks of like, what's wrong with this person? Why do they look like that? I don't know. It's kind of funny. Caretaker, welcome in. Nick, welcome in. Hello. New stream idea. You know, I was thinking the other day that I was going to, this isn't really about facial hair. This is more about the like the apron and the fitness aspect of this person. This person's name is Weed Owl, by the way. I don't know what that is. Whatever. Maybe you've heard of him. Anyway, I was like, oh, I should do push-ups for subs or like something of that nature. And then I was like, would I want to do that? It seems like I don't know if that's a great idea. But what I was thinking the other day is like, you know, trying to do X number of push-ups a day, and I was like, oh, on stream days, I could like do that, and that would be fun, and I don't know. And then someone would, I don't know. And then I was like, how many per sub? Let's not get overzealous here. Ace, welcome in. What's this about you wearing just an apron? Is that just when you're on your desk? Well, there is that, and that, you know, if that's something you want, go for it. But no, this is a Twitch stream. The apron, you have to pay for. Ace, you know Weed Out Stream. That's very reasonable. I also, like, I don't know, he's also very friendly. Might make Editads get misinterrupted. Apron only. No, see, I don't think we can. Looks it up. I mean, feel free. DM me and I'll send you the link. I don't keep that one under the same name. That'd be weird. I don't want my SEO mixing. You can't have the SEO mixing. It doesn't work. Okay. I need to get these beets in the oven. A thirsty food and drink stream. Would that be the drink stream? Would that be the drink aspect of it? But no, 9, you're right. You're right. It's funny because there's some folks that do the like, there's some folks that do that do the like look at me while I cook vibe, and there's some folks that don't do that, and I don't think I have it in me to do the like look at me while I cook situation. Also, I feel like that would be dangerous. It would be dangerous to have any more skin out in the kitchen, especially on like deep fry day. You can't do that. Yeah. You don't need to slowly grow your mustache for people to wonder if something's wrong. Fair. Well, I mean, yes. But yeah, there. You know, I participate in the bawdier side of the internet. I just don't bring that part of it to stream. I like all content creation. We're gonna create heat cookies today. Nurse Huckleberry walks that line. Yeah, I mean, yes, 9. I agree with you, but I also I think that their stream is so unhinged in like so many different ways. I think if you're there for like, I don't know. If you're watching Nurse Huckleberry stream for like eye candy, 1, good for you. But 2, if that's all you're getting out of it, you're missing like 90+%. Like 90%. I mean, can I share something with you? Can I? Does anyone know what's in this envelope? I've shown this once on stream before. Only once. I have met Nurse and Judith a couple times. And last year at TwitchCon. So one, I do love their stream. We have a shark on the fridge. Literally a shark on the fridge. I have a Bortco shirt, I have a Bortco mug, I'm like a fan. I'm a fan. And fellas, I can't hear you. I'm not sorry, I hear you with the like the 4 a.m. thing. Yeah. I'm not familiar with the saying, the things that were said, but I believe you. I believe you. In the course of a large time talking, I think sometimes it's hard. Anyway, last year, Nurse Octoberry at TwitchCon was giving away photos, signing photos for people, and this is the one that I received. And when I say, if you're there for the eye candy, you're missing 90% of the point, that's kind of what I mean. Because this is funny. This is like, I don't know. They're very, like, I appreciate their stream from, like, the creative, like, technical side of things, too. Probably sassy, correct. Yeah, I don't care either those. It's very much like a thing where like, whatever. You do you. I'm not, people have breasts, people have nipples. It's like, you know, if that's what you're there for, like, I don't know, maybe something else is keeping you there too. But like, I don't know. I was always over the personality hire myself. Grace says when you met Zach, did he tower over you? Yes. Yes. Zach is a tall person. And I was like, oh, hello. Can I give you a hug? Come here. Cookman, hello. I go, hello. I read the magazine for the articles. Yes. I mean, the articles are good too, you know? I wish this stream was earlier. I wish that as well. But when you work, sometimes you can't. And that's how it goes. Alright, my oven is on. I want to bump the heat to 400. Here's what we're going to do. It is a tactic. The other day, Soflove, one of our moderators, put in one of the chats in Discord a shirt. So, if you look at the tags on the stream, like down below here, there's tags, and one says like data like to follow, DILF, you know, and Soflove put into chat a shirt that just said like DILF, and it was like devoted, involved, loving father or something. It was like, you know, but it said like big letters right in the middle of it. And she was like, and I was like, I don't know, like people would, I was like, I definitely get comments on stream. And she said that like people would come into stream just from like seeing it on the preview. And I didn't think about that, like the thumbnail. Right? It is a tactic. I agree. It is a tactic. I mean, listen, there's a reason I'm wearing short sleeves. There's 16 billion nipples on the planet, right? Maybe 18, maybe 19 billion. I don't know. Some people have 3. Some people have 1 or none. You'll never know. You'll never know. Grace says if you only got them for the articles, you'd miss like 90% of the content. Right. But the articles are really good. But seriously, back, I don't know if this is still true. I know that like, I know that there were people who were essayists and like good journalists who wrote for like Playboy for portions of their career. I do not wear a bra on stream. This is true. I've never worn one on stream. I'll send it to you if you wear it. I probably would wear it, so honestly, because your point about it being the thumbnail was really funny. Does my mom know how to sew because I'm ripped? Yes, in fact, she does. Come for the dill, stay for the beet cookies. Yeah, the beet cookies are the aftercare. Hold on, sink in for a second. Good. I want to explain it. There's always a hidden bunny on the cover. Yeah, fellas, I was thinking specifically of Hunter S. Thompson, who like used to write for Playboy regularly, and you know was a good journalist. Was also a lunatic, but like, you know. But why not both? Right? Chat up lines. Ace, how to tell you're British without telling me you're British. chat up lines. That's a very European phrasing, which, like, by the way, I appreciate. Right? Better get the beats in. 9 a.m. I'm working on it. I'm like, see, this is the thing. I get wrapped up, and then I like get distracted, and then it'll be like an hour. But I have stuff to do while the beats are cooking, so like it's okay. It is okay. Oh, I wanted to start the YouTube stream. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. We'll do that in a moment. Keanu Reeves interview. Keanu Reeves to me just seems very interesting. He seems like an interesting fellow. Nice shirt would look good on my bedroom floor. That's... See, I don't know any of those. I'm a terrible flirt. I can't. I'm just like, I'm too honest. I'm like, oh my god, I like your nails. I can't with the lines. Like, the lines don't. I think they're funny, but I would never use one because I can't remember them. Deathwish, welcome in. No, listen, like, how did the stream get the drop? But for the articles, why not enjoy both? Why not enjoy both? That is the point, right? It can't just be non-stop. You gotta take breaks and read a little bit. Yeesh. That figure is very important. It very much is. That's... Yes. That's when the real talk happens. The important conversation happens prior. But then, the depth of conversation. And Rolling Stone. Yeah, 9. I agree with you on the Rolling Stone bit. Rolling Stone, like, broke stories, and they were both kind of in a weird journalistic place where they broke out of their niche. There's, like, very specific niche that they had to, like, cover actual things. Your 10 pence. Call your mom and tell her you won't be home tonight. Oh my god. Yeah, no, nice. That one could go either way. You're not wrong. Cause we're going to the arcade. The great thing about being Ace is that I can compliment people without it meaning anything more. Sure. That's valuable. That is valuable. I mean, if they know that, if you identified in that capacity, or like, if that's sort of in the context of the conversation. Like, I need a sweatshirt that just says, like, I don't know if I'm flirting or not. That's what I need. Savory Sailor, I think, and I said that, but I also think that, there's certain tells that I think people also attempt to, like, give off in the way that they go about life. I don't know. That, like, I don't know. Sometimes assumption is terrible, but, you see some folks, and I don't, to be fair, I have no idea how this is shows up in the world. But sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that person's queer. Got it. Because they're telegraphing it as loudly as they possibly can. Okay. We have beets in a package. Let me toss these in the oven, and then I'm going to start the YouTube stream. Let's set a timer on those. The last time we did the roasted beets, they took at least an hour. I think they took more than an hour. And these beets are roughly the same size as before. So I think that we will get started on some of the other projects that I have. Not projects. Other processes. Processes. We're gonna get started with some new shit. But we are gonna start the YouTube stream because I meant to do that before I put the beats in, but then we were just talking and I didn't want to I don't know. I didn't want to start YouTube and then I didn't want to we're having a fun conversation, at least in my head. I was enjoying, and I didn't want to stop that. But I did want to put the beats in. Compliment people. It's kind of their problem to take it away. Save your sailor. Sure. Yes. We're gonna do a yes and. You ready for this? Yes. And pay them a genuine compliment is not about their appearance. Those are good. You have nice eyes. Is okay. For man complimenting woman, saying a compliment about a physical trait that they can't change or alter significantly. That, yeah, assuming it's not overtly creepy, that's less than welcome. But I like your nails, or cool shoes, things that they choose, those are decent compliments. But yeah, you can't be creepy. You can't. Yes. If people consistently receive compliments from you in a way that they're ugh, okay, and they make that face, maybe you need to adjust how you're delivering them. But no, point taken. Me personally, I love compliments. You can compliment me all the time. I'm happy about that. I like validation. He says I'm straight acting, but not obviously queer. You know me, or I say stuff like that. Right? Are we still talking about beats, Chris? I don't even know anymore. Maybe. Hey Beats, I like your jacket. I'd like to take the jacket off. Jesus. Okay. What I meant was skin. I meant peeling them. Oh my god. Why am I like this? What is happening today? It's time to behave. Oh god. Fuck that one up. MD Fit, hello. Please. Welcome in. You were recommended to me. I see the Reading Terminal t-shirt. Immediate follow. And immediately leaving now that I've made it weird. It's nice to see you. I shop at Reading Terminal all the time, once a week, at least. And I do. It is not just performative. I actually shop there. I bought these beats here, in fact. Chart, welcome in. Grace, yeah, compliment people in their clothes. Exactly. Things that they have agency over. And even things hey, you look like you work out. No. And this is again coming from the male perspective to man to woman. You don't want to come off like that. I say that at the gym. That's great. Yes. So resellers, Blink, bringing it back to the Blink 182 vibes. I appreciate that off. I appreciate that off. Oh god, we need to. We're derailed so bad. What am I even doing? Saying that you want to take someone's skin off might be super creepy. I mean, I was trying to give the beats a compliment about something, but I said jacket as if, because like peeling them, you know, I don't know. And then it devolved, and then I tried to like emergency exit from the path that I was taking, and instead like found a worse path. Like, oh, let's go from like inadvertent sex joke into like serial killer vibes, hard right immediately. Like, no, let's not. Ed Gein. Oh my god. There was a band I used to listen to called Ed Gein. They had an album that had like 90 plus songs on it. It was like 30 minutes long. Weird. You know what I say to people? You know what I say to people at the gym? Nothing. I don't talk to anybody at the gym. I did. I talked to one person today because they left their phone on the thing next to me and like walked away, and I like returned their phone and was like, I think this is your phone. And they were like, oh, thanks, my music never stopped, because it was just like a Bluetooth connection. They were like on the other side of the gym. It was pretty funny. I hate being an extrovert in an introvert's world. Yeah, for me, I don't want to, like, the gym is one of the few places where I don't want people to talk to me. Generally speaking, in life, I want people to talk to me. But I think at the gym, I'm like, I don't want to be interrupted, because I'm definitely on like a flow of things. But if you do interrupt me, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be mean to you. I'm probably going to converse with you for as long as you talk to me, and then I'm going to be like, I just lost my rhythm. I hate the gym for this reason. Yeah, I just like, I don't want, when I'm at the gym, I try to make myself inaccessible in a way of like, I don't like make eye contact with people. I wear a hat, and I keep my hat like this, like really low. I keep my headphones in. I have like little earbud headphones, not the Apple ones, but like the different kind. And I literally don't make eye contact. I'm like, I keep my head down, do my thing. Because I don't want to get out of a flow. I'm like in a flow of things, and it gets me. I don't want people to approach me. I just try not to be approachable. It's like the literally the one place in the world that I try not to be approachable. It says I like wholesome compliments, right? I say how great their voice is sounding, which is lovely, and you know this person who's a colleague, you know, like I'm assuming you know a little bit you know enough about them to give them that compliment and happen to receive it genuinely, which is lovely. MD fit. So MD, do you prefer? I would probably call you MD if that's okay, but if you prefer a different like phrasing, if it's something you prefer to hear when like someone refers to your username, let me know. Because I always sort of default to like the thing that's going to stick in my head that's like 2 syllables. M is easy. Okay, great. Cool. That's even easier. This is even easier. Cool. I just wanted to check. And since my problem is I don't put headphones in because I need to hear my surroundings, so it's too obvious to strangers, but I can hear them. Yes. Yeah. Yes. If I'm in a public space, sometimes I'll put my headphones in and not listen to anything. But if the ones that I have are like, they're not noise canceling, but they're like earbuds. So like I can't really do that because then it's just silent. The ones that are like the earbuds, the wired ones, like they're garbage to begin with. So you can just put them in and they're not. You don't have to have anything playing. Often I'll just put them in and not plug them in. I'll just like let the plug in, put it in my pocket and just have them in. I'm curious if you could do like the ones that are not noise canceling, but some of them, like I have headphones that have like a pass through, so you can like hear the world outside. It like passes through, but even then it sort of like changes it. It's like amplified and electronic. So I feel you on wanting to hear like the sounds of the world. A says at your age, if someone talks to you at the gym, you'll forget what you were doing. Yeah, I mean I have a little booklet that I like keep my stuff in. people can come and ask me for help. Oh God, 9. Yeah, I don't. Fortunately, I'm not like. I don't appear like a gym bro. Like I'm sort of just like. There's a thing that happens too when you hit a certain age, and I think it just gets worse. Where like if you're an older person, people ignore you. Like literally ignore you. And I see this out in the world, and it's usually people who are like demonstrably elderly, like they're invisible. Had a good week, did put the geeks in. But I think for me, like I appear as a 40-plus-year-old person, which I am. So I think that people just sort of, especially like the younger people at the gym, is just like they don't care. They're like whatever, which is great. That's exactly how I want to be at the gym. Carly, welcome in. Hello. Hello. Good to see you. So that is a funny story, and it tells me that y'all are in the same wavelength. And like the loops too. Oh yeah, I have loop headphones. I carry them literally in my purse. Like they are in my keys, phone, wallet, Advil, chapstick, passport, headphones. Not music headphones, but like the loop ones, just like the noise canceling ones. They're so good. If I'm in a crowded place and I'm like, it's getting like really overwhelming, I just pop those in and I'm like, oh, okay, just it like dampens everything. Dude Mesa, welcome in. Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Ace is like, still got it. Oh, tinnitus. My gosh, that's one of the things that it sounds so overwhelming. It does sound so overwhelming. Yeah, Ace, exactly. Queer and 40, invisible. Yeah, kind of, and that's fine with me. I don't really, at this point. Yeah, 9 says there's only Germany's so right, because if you're like indulgent at all to somebody who pays you any kind of compliment, it's an invitation to continue talking to you, which you might not want, and likely don't want from a stranger, which is valid. Grace says I had class at 1 and you eat cookies. Oh my, I'm sorry to tell you that we're not gonna finish the beet cookies. Well, wait. For me, it's already 13:09. It's already 1 p.m. We're probably gonna pull the beet cookies out of the oven around 4 p.m. Eastern. 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. Eastern. Yes. Oh my God. Years of plastic music. That is. I definitely started to wear the earplugs, the loop ones, at shows. I don't see a lot of music. I don't see much music anymore, but whenever I do, I'm like, any kind of loud space, they just go in. Crazy Love, welcome in. Ask the weirdos to protect you. No, that is super true. And one of the things I love about the younger generation is they like don't take shit. They don't, and it's great. Not that I give them any, but I love the memes. There's all sorts of memes about like the Gen Alpha like stare, right? And I am so here for it. The like just staring at you when you say something stupid or offensive or whatever, or just like in general, like unwanted interaction, and they just kind of like stare at you. I think it's so funny because it's like perfectly it's like the perfect passive aggressive thing. Ace says I probably come across similar to how I do. I have immediate female colleagues who know I'm gay, and so accept that as being that they can tell me anything. And that's, yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, gender's a spectrum, so it's very like gender and attraction are spectrums. It's good to sort of live with that knowledge. And it's good if you have people who can support you. Let's welcome in. Husband is a millennial at 43. And I am a millennial at 41. I count myself in the millennial camp. I balk at the term elder millennial, but I do. Also, when I hear people who were born like 12 to plus years after I was being like, I'm a millennial, I'm like, oh, I am an elder millennial, aren't I? Persephone, hello. Welcome in. Red, hello. Welcome in. Just stare. Twinderella says, exactly. Oh my god, I love it so much. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. Nine says, people assume I'm straight because I'm married to a man, but a friend recently assured me I'm queer-coded. Yes. Yeah. I mean, for myriad reasons, use the term partner. I think that it's just more accepting, but it's also sort of indicative of where my head is at in life. Pat, welcome in. Nice to have you. He's like in retirement. Oh my god. Retirement at 43 sounds great. But I feel like that's not what you were implying, but I get it. Zennial Grace, yes. A 2000 baby. Oh yeah. Wild. I remember 2000. It was 2 years before I graduated high school. Mom, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for coming through. Friends who were hanging out here. Mom's is a fellow food and drink streamer, who was streaming food and drink today. Not a surprise. Mom's, it is nice to have you. Friends who were here, I would encourage you to please go follow Mom's, and their content is chatty. I love chatty. I love people who are chatty. I'm feeling very chatty today. So welcome in, y'all. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to introduce myself, but I am going to first start the YouTube stream, because I keep saying that. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and I'm not. I haven't done it yet, and I would like to. So I'm going to, and then I'm going to introduce myself and say hi. But I just want you to know before I do that follows are silent. So if you're new to the stream, we are no sound follow situation. So please feel free to hit the follow button and enjoy your lurk if that's your thing. If you want to chat and say hi, I'm happy to chat and say hi. But I'm not going to call you out for follow or ask you a bunch of questions. Yeah. Twinderella, spouse. I like the term spouse too. Wife feels very possessive. I mean, we are legally married, but it feels very like possessive in that way. I think that watching Borat actually sort of swayed me on that one, where he talks about like my wife, and I'm like, interesting. Grace says, my 14-year-old asked me what memes were popular when I was his age, and I was like, sir, I didn't own a computer. Oh god. The other day, Amy, welcome in. Because I have opinions on super chatty. I love that. I do love that. I appreciate a stream that's super chatty, because I also just love to look. So I like to hear the conversation, but I don't necessarily like to be part. If that makes sense. I'm glad your marriage was legal. Right. Yes, it was. Still is, valid. Tornado says, I hate wife and mom, PBH. Mama and babe. I don't balk at any of them, but I feel like partner is just sort of a catch-all term. And I also like it because whenever I say it to other people, it doesn't give